We've discussed the merits, as I said, and we know the positions of all sides, whether they agree, don't agree, give a conditional support, or are completely opposed to a UCC. I want to understand from you, as an Islamic activist and scholar, do you believe that the time is right in India for UCC now?
You see, the Uniform Civil Code has been besieged with problems for many, many decades, and it has created a lot of polemics and controversy. But what we need to understand, in answer to your question, is what exactly is the aim of the Uniform Civil Code. So, and whether, as you're saying, the time is right. The time can be always right, and the time can never be right.
True.
So, that is, I would not like to discuss that part of the question. But I do think that, that the very term has been severely contested over the years, as in the realm of identity issue and electoral politics, as well as with a range of interests among feminist groups who want the Uniform Civil Code. Now, one has to understand that in an increasingly communalized national context, this subject becomes extremely complicated, whereas in actuality it is not. Because the quest for the Uniform Civil Code is what? Currently, within the existing legal framework, there exists no uniform family-related law in a single statutory book for all Indians that is acceptable to all religious communities in India, and that is where the Uniform Civil Code is heading. And like, the constitutional expression, we the people of India in its dynamic unity integrally includes a national plurality of people of India cutting across race, ethnicity, religion, caste, etc. So all its citizens need to do is to seek a favorable solution that desiderates harmony and accommodative religious pluralism, seeking a balance between the right to religion and the right to justice.
Yes, so you're very right about that, Zeenat Shaukat Ali, but that's precisely the heart of this debate, whether that consensus can happen when there are so many vested interest groups. Who's going to build that consensus? Is that even possible in a country of 140 million people? And secondly, everyone will have to give a little bit. But the fight is going to be exactly that. Justice Aditya, I want to come to you. Legally speaking, is this even possible in a country like India?
Of course.
All right, it looks like there's a slight issue with Justice connection, but Atiq or Rehman, why don't you take this question? Can the consensus be built? When is going to be the right time? And everybody will have to give a little bit. Can we all come on the table and do so? We all know what this is for.
Shivani, this is not the first time we are discussing this issue.
Yes.
In fact, the issue has been on the BJP manifesto since 1986.
Yes.
A very, very good government of Mr. Vajpayee never touched it. Government of Mr. Modi, since they are about to complete 10 years. They are just making a red herring out of it. The procrastination on the part of the BJP is beyond, comprehension of the people. The Supreme Court has pinpointed that the scriptures, the ulama, the leaders of the religious denominations, they are usurping the rights of the women. Despite this fact, why not the government of India place it as a draft resolution on the floor of the legislatures?
No, but then they've just done the exercise for that, right? Atiq Rehman, let's be fair. Atiq, let's be fair. They've invited these public opinion precisely for that exercise, right? What would ideally follow from here is a draft resolution and possibly a legislation. So we'll get to that. But I'm just trying to understand from you, do you feel the Muslim community has walked the distance that it needed to walk to accept a UCC in India?
I think on this particular issue, Shivani, the government, if they are pinpointing to the Muslims, they are hiding behind them. Because leave aside the Muslims are not the first citizens of the state. The Muslims will have to adhere to the rights of the women because that is enshrined in the Quran. And Ms. Shaukat Ali will be vouchsafing this fact. None of the gender justice and gender equality laws if they are preempted by the government of the day, the Muslims will have to adhere to it because that will be based on
I
gender
asked you
justice
this question
and
only
gender
because
equality.
Muslim bodies have vehemently opposed UCC and they do have a lot of clout amongst Indian Muslims. The Jamaat, for example, even if not the All India Muslim Personal Law Board.
There they will have to build the consensus.
Okay.
What they are primarily basing their arguments is, are the minority rights will be intact in this UCC. And these minority rights also concern the tribal rights.
Yeah,
The
but I think
Manipur
those are,
Chief
no,
Minister has
those
objected to
concerns
this
may be
fact.
there, but let's be fair, those are not valid concerns. There are separate clauses or articles in the Constitution that protect right to religion. UCC is not going to infringe upon them. UCC is only for, issues of marriage, succession, divorce, adoption, etc. Justice